Good morning, good afternoon, good Thursday, August 6th to everybody out there in DFS land. This is the MLB Rundown brought to you by DFSArmy.com, your one-stop shop for all things daily fantasy sports, MMA, PGA, doesn't matter what you play. We've got you covered with content, tools, and coaching. Coaching, I can't speak for enough. That's what gives you the right to ask questions and get answers, not just this player or that player, but I'm talking about macro concepts that are going to help you build better lineups. Use the coupon code CHOP, CHOP, trigger that 20% off discount down there in the comments section. Like and subscribe to the video while you're down there. Let's get rolling. I want to show you a little bit of track record, first of all, because I'm the notorious small baller. I don't typically play to try to pay my bills. I've got a job. I work in the industry and I help provide content to people. And when you're putting big money out there like a lot of you do, which is great, you guys should be focused day in and day out on doing your research and making sure you can play that night and making sure that there are no distractions and anything else. I have shit come up at work that derails me and doesn't allow me to play to the fullest of my mental abilities every single day, which is why I honestly play a little bit lighter these days, but I will show you that the methodology works. It still produces top 1% lineups like I tell you. It still produces top 10th of a percent lineups like I tell you that can win you GPPs. It's the methodology, not necessarily the money that you play with, that matters. So let's dive in and show you really quickly a little bit of what's going on. Last night, what the hell? Last night we placed third in a 3,500 man contest, top 10th of 1%, along with 18th, 20th, 73rd. A lot of good numbers came out last night in terms of what the lineups generated. The 125,000 people, 400th place is not really much to brag about in terms of money, but if you do the math and you take a 400 place lineup and divide it into 125,000 people, you've got a third, the top third of a 10th of a percent, or top 3/10 of a percent lineup. So you're well inside the top 1%. In fact, 4 lineups went top 1% last night. If you get good at creating lineups that go into the top 1%, you're going to win money in DFS. It's that simple. Let me go back really quickly and show you a couple of more. You want to see Korean baseball? Fine. You want to see a big lineup in, 217,000 people all the way up to 4th with a couple of other deep runs in NBA? No big deal. NHL, this was a 30 or 40,000 person contest. Took 2nd, 6th, 7th. Guys, the methodology works. You can run. You're not going to run deep every night. You need a little 1,100 man contests, 4th place in there, solid finish in NASCAR. What other person do you know that can show you this wide variety of contests? MLB, NHL, NBA, NASCAR, PGA, KBO. It doesn't really matter what contest you play if you know how to play the DFS game. That's what we're teaching you to do at DFSArmy.com. That's what I teach people to do every single day. I can back it up, not with thousands and thousands of dollars, but I can back it up with top 1% finishes in any damn sport you want to see. That's a well-rounded coach that can help you get better. Simple. You want to go you pay your bills with it? Great, be my guest. I have a stable income. I sit back and I play for fun. I play to show you I can teach you, is essentially the methodology behind what I'm doing. Follow me out on social media at Chopadong, and let's dive in and talk. Well, there's the 3rd place again last night. Let's get rid of these. They don't matter. Let's go into the MLB rundown, because we start with the starting pitchers tab. We knock off all of the games that aren't being played on the main slate, and we get to reset it and do it again, because as you sit with our research station and you dilly-dally with time, there it goes. You dilly-dally with time, sometimes it makes you redo things. It has to wake itself up. We sort by K-score. We want to take a look at what are the guys that we want to see in most of our lineups. How strong is the pitching slate tonight? It's all right. You got 3 at the top. Lindblom, probably a little bit of a smaller sample. Carrasco, Castillo, fine, whatever. I come over here and I see Carrasco at 9,500, 10K, a couple others that are kind of close. When I play my MLB stuff these days, I don't care about the pitcher anymore. If I was playing cash games, I absolutely would care. If I was playing single entry tournaments, I absolutely would care. But when I'm playing 20, 40, 50, 60, 75 lineups a night, I don't give a shit. My optimizer is going to throw in pitchers at will. I may like some, boost projections, some in optimizers a little bit here or there, but generally, I don't give a shit. I put about a 20% cap on everybody, and I just let the optimizer do its thing. And doesn't matter, it works. Pitcher can be just as damn random as hitting. So, and hitting is going to win your GPPs. Hitting your stacks right is going to win your GPPs. Not getting good at nailing the nut pitcher. Get good at hitting Arizona last night, right? I told you about them. Did you follow the video? I showed you where they were, because the first thing that we're going to do, as I get sidetracked here a little bit, is we're going to sort, or the second thing we're going to do, we're going to sort by K-score. We're going to come down here to these bigger numbers. Nothing too detrimental tonight. This is going to be a spread out night. You can already look and tell. Any of these are fair game. Okay? You might key in a little bit on some of these home run per nines. Who's that? LeBlanc, Montgomery, Carrasco. Wow. That might be interesting to stack against that. But you got about those three guys. You don't get you got worst W score on the slate. So he's going up against an opponent that can do some thumping. You got a little bit of fly ball percentage in a LeBlanc, whatever. If he's in a hitter's park, I'd definitely take a look at that. These are just a few things that we scan through, but basically those bottom 5 or 6 up to about Brad Keller, Zach Gallen are in play. So you'd prefer Cincinnati. They're in a good spot tonight. New York, Philly, Miami, Toronto, Houston, maybe Chicago Cubs. These are guys that I'm going to try to figure out when the ownership reports come out. What do I want to do? Everybody's going to be on the Yankees. I'll probably be underweight on the Yankees. People are going to like Houston. I'll probably be underweight on Houston. People might not notice Miami. People might not notice Cincinnati. I'll probably go overweight on those guys. Should a night like last night hit with Arizona again, because we had a lot of leverage with the Dodgers and with Arizona and whatnot, then we're set up to do really, really well again. That's just how MLB rolls. The chalk in this sport fails. So what did we say? Those were the teams that we're looking at in terms of Cubs, Astros, Blue Jays, Marlins, Phillies, Yankees, Reds. Let's go to the matchups tab over on the batter side, and then I'll close out with a quick tip after I blow through these positions. I'll close out with a quick tip that should help you in terms of looking for a little bit extra boost tonight. We've got a BVP tab here that I'll share with you today. The other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to kick in here. I'm going to go with the number filters greater than or equal to about 575. If you remember, 580 is about my cutoff. So anything that makes this list is pretty solid. I won't go back and forth today. I'm just going to click the positions to save a little bit of time. Whoopsie, just cost myself a little bit of time. But your catchers, Real Muto and Walters, those are the guys that I would definitely give boosts to in my optimizer. In terms of the overall look of things, Colorado, Philadelphia, you don't see Cincinnati on here. Arizona was on here last night. This is where you found the Arizona Diamondbacks. But Colorado, Philadelphia, definitely the higher, the better. Uh-oh. Damn on me. Got to get rid of those non-main slate guys. Where did you think that Colorado was coming from? Philadelphia, Toronto, Cincinnati. There's Cincinnati. You got a couple of bats, a couple of New York bats. So really, like I said, see how this is evenly spread out. You got 4 Phillies, 1, 2, 3, 4 Toronto guys, 1, 2, 3, 4 Cincinnati guys. This guy's poking his head up. 1, 2, 3 Yankees. They're all going to be evenly spread. You should probably take 15 to 20% of all 4 of those stacks. They were on that other starting pitching page, right? This just confirms the fact that the bats are in good spots too. So when we go through position by position, Real Muto, Walters didn't make it. Remember, Real Muto is the only guy that I would probably boost. Hoskins, Tellez, Freeman get boosts. Kingery, Biggio, Moustakas, if he makes the lineup, Marte get boosts. Segura, Suarez, Shaw get boosts. There is no shortstop hitting with a WOBA score over 580 today on the entire slate. That's why that goes blank. That's why these all go kind of gray. So no boosts for shortstops. Whatever mixes and matches in, fine. McKinney, Gardner, Aquino, Castellanos, Hicks, Tauchman, if he makes the lineup, Happ, Winker, boom. These are your shorter slate guys. What is going to become very, very important today is ownership. You're going to want to watch ownership reports and see where that chalk is going. On a smaller slate, the chalk typically concentrates. And what you're going to want to see is where is it concentrating and what kind of leverage do I have with Cincinnati or with Toronto or with who else was on there, the Phillies or whatever. Because if people are concentrating on the New York Yankees and somebody else, you're going to want to lower, you still want exposure to them, don't get me wrong, but you're going to want to lower your exposure a tad so that you can save up the leverage for the other stuff that's in a good spot that might go off as a result. When they fail and you succeed, you gain leverage on the leaderboards very, very quickly. BVP, simple. Once again, let's knock these turkeys off. Uh-oh. When I misclick, it delays things a little bit. Damn, come on. Do it again. There we go. Got a 410 game to get out of there. See, I'm a bumbling idiot just like anybody else that you know. Wasting time. Get rid of those. We've only got these 5 games going. We've got these pitchers. We got these teams, yada, yada, yada. You're automatically you're automatically sorted by WOBA in descending order. And look, these are the only 2 guys I really want monster BVP on if they've got plate appearances, which Joey Votto does. Joey Votto, 50% extra base hits. So 3 extra base hits in 13 at-bats, couple of walks, couple of doubles, 1 bomb, and a WOBA of 574. It's pretty strong. You could even take this plate appearances, filter the baby out. Let's say we want greater than 9. You don't have 10 at-bats. I mean, I'm going to look at you in the beginning and see who jumps to the top. Like Aguilar, I'll have shares of just in case it's a real thing. But it doesn't start becoming a thing until 15, 20, 25, 30, 40 at-bats or whatever. BVP becomes a little bit more predictive the larger the sample, just like anybody else. You wouldn't judge a guy's season. If Trout went 0 for 3 to start the season, you wouldn't start screaming that he can't hit anymore. So if he goes 0 for 3 against a pitcher, it doesn't mean he can't hit that pitcher. So you're going to want to see a little bit of a sample size. 10 and above is about what I pick. So I kicked that out of there, and I'm only looking at the guys with bigger samples. Nick Castellanos, 46 plate appearances against Carlos Carrasco. He's got no bombs, only 4 extra base hits. 10 out of 46 is okay, but only 4 extra base hits. Probably not a good WOBA. I'm looking for guys with big WOBAs. If you wanted to, you could look for slugs. But slugging isn't like ISO. ISO is 200 and better is elite. Slugging is not. Slugging probably more like 500, 600. Slugging is part of OPS. OPS is on base plus slug. OPS 1,000 and above is considered elite. So if an elite on base percentage is say 350 or 400, then that means that about 600 to 650 is an elite slug. So if I see slugs in the 500s, 400s, 300s, not that great. 850 is great. So Joey, over 15 plate appearances, is probably the BVP guy we'd be focused on today. I would have him in my Cincinnati stacks pretty much everywhere. Now, can he go 0 for 4? Of course. He's only got 6 hits and 15 plate appearances, right? But chances are he sees Carrasco well. He likes Carrasco when he sees him on the docket, and he gears up to smash some balls tonight. Maybe it works, maybe it doesn't. But that's how you can use the BVP. Maybe tomorrow we go through Trends tab. But that's your basic rundown, your MLB rundown for August 6th. Sorry it went a little bit long today. Wanted to show you a little bit of the credibility of getting deep into contests in any sport, MLB, NHL, doesn't matter. I can show you how to do that. Become a VIP today. Jump into dfsarmy.com. Use that coupon code CHOP, C-H-O-P. Get that 20% monthly discount. You like and subscribe the video while you're down there. Ring the notification bell. Get into dfsarmy.com. Start building better lineups. I'm out.